it opened in a different web, in a different tab. So if you want this, if you want to open in a different tab, you need to have it blank. And if not so, you if you do not give a target tag, it would automatically have it in self. Self means it itself, where the website is there, the registration form, in that tab only it will open it. And if you do not want that, then use target. Close the tag and see you got a
Yeah,
closing
can
tag
you
along with it.
slow him?
What you told? Ni- Somebody muted it.
Okay. Can you go slower, भैया? सर धीरे.
Okay, I can, if you want, I want to go slow. You want
Yes,
me to go slow?
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
Dheeraj.
okay,
If you
okay,
have any
Dheeraj.
doubt, you can drop it in the chats.
Prasad is there. He'll be having your doubts clear. So I'll go slow. See, you understood about this anchor tag now, the target and all that.
Yes, yes.
Uh, then we'll be having adding a image. You saw the image logo. That image is from this image tag. In this image tag is a open only tag, means there is no closing tag in image. So when I wrote the image, there is no closing tag that came along with it. So in image tag, what you do, place your cursor and have a blank space, and then we'll be writing src. Src stands for the source where this code is written. Matlab, the image is there, that is this copy relative path, and then I'll be pasting it over here, control V. And then this is completed, and there is one more attribute to the image tag, that is alternate. Alternate is what that when there could be a error in the website from the server end or from your self only, that internet is not working. So if the internet is not working, or the server or the website is not able to load the image, there is a loading problem, then this alternate attribute comes into play. See this, when the internet is not there now, then this alternate tag, whatever you write in this alternate tag, everything will be printed in that like open code logo. When there is no internet, then this image would not come, and then it would be showing just that open code logo. So if a person is there whose internet not working, he will get to know that no, this is the open code what you say logo here. And then one more attribute is there, that is the attribute width attribute is what is the length and the breadth the image would you allow to take it in the website. Like I'll allow it to have like 100 pixels. Okay, then it would have it 100 pixels. Now we move to the next line. Now you saw that there was a open code club induction, club registration form here. No? Now we'll be writing that. If for see you see it in a bold manner. There are different text also. These are not like too bold, but this one is a bit large in size and is bold too. So how we made it? I told you in the PPT. It is made through heading tag, heading to tag, means it would give a uh, have a decent size to the text and make it bolder, so it gets catchy in your eyes when you open it. Like a title, you can have it, the title, the heading of a web page, you have it in H2 to attract the audience. So open code club registration form. Now, see, I'm writing this. I'll show you what I've written. See this. These are. I wrote this, and now I will be writing this need help one. So div is a type of container. Okay, container. What you can say that it creates a group. It's like a block in the website. It whenever you write div tag, that it creates a special block of a space in which you write or give any in CSS you'll be knowing at attributes. If you give some attributes to it, it will be specified to that div container only. It will be not you can give it specific div like if you want to have 2 3 divs and then like one more div is there, and this is one, this is two, div one and this is div two. You can give attributes to both of them together by again giving it you'll be knowing it. Prasad will be telling you about class IDs and all that by giving different IDs to it, or giving same class. So if you want to have both these container as like same attribute, you can give it through class, and if you want it different, you can give IDs to them and have it different. So for now, it is for now you can understand it like a, block in a website. So I'll be writing div. Then for need help, it was also bold and all, but the size was small. So I'll be using h3 tag. Need help. Uh, Question mark here. See, and after that need help, you saw some see bold when you make presentations, you have this bold marks. That is that in this we'll be using list. What is list? It separates some have it gives space from the heading and makes it a bit like give space to the other text which we'll be putting in the list tag. Not a list tag but ul tag you call, that is stands for unordered list. And in this unordered list means it would give some specific designs like in this it was a black dot. So that is one design. There are different designs like diamond and square, and like there are several other designs. But in this, we'll be using unordered list. You can use also use OL, that is ordered list, which would give you numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, or it can be in numeric or in Roman numbers also, like how you write Roman numbers. Now in UL, for writing like telephone number support and telephone number is written. If you write want to write in this first one, then you need a tag called as li tag, that is stands for list. Then you'll write support, then write something like 1 2 3 dash 4 5 6 dash 7 8 9. And for writing another list, you need another list tag, and in this you can have technical support or assistant, anything you want, and then have it number 7 8 dash. Okay, this completes your ul tag, means from till this portion we are completed. And now we'll be moving to, we completed this block. This block I was talking about, this block is completed. See, now you see different boxes in when you click on it, the cursor appears and it would allow you to write it. These things are known as, you called it what you say, input type. Means in this you'll have a different, you can type your name, your roll number, or there are different types of input tab, like it's some of them are name, and then sorry, text, then date, and then you see text, date, and then these in gender you see there are some buttons. When you cannot click multiple of them, you are only allowed to click one of them. These are known as radio buttons, and this is for writing your phone number and all that. and this is the name. The name you see here, this is, and the entire thing, this entire thing from name to the number, phone number, and this is a button. Okay, when you submit it, it say please fill required. I'll be telling you about this attribute. It is a required attribute we use. So until and unless you fill all of this, it will tell you that it is required, please fill out these details. So I'll be writing, and for this it is a
Yeah,
general
I
convention. Huh?
yeah. Before we go ahead with the form, let ask some of the some questions. Okay, let's see
Okay.
how many of them are paying attention. Okay, guys. So everybody in the chats, can you write the full form of UL? What is UL? Yeah, if you can just, Ayush, if you can just,
Hmm.
yeah, just
You can
talk.
write in the chat if you are if you think your voice is not audible. Some of your voice is not audible due to the poor internet connection. You can just write in the chat. We'll be listening you.
Yeah, what is UL?
Unordered.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, nice. Who said it? Nice. Unordered list. And another full form. See.
Not working.
Hmm?
Chat box is
UL
not
stands
working,
for
bro.
unordered list and my chat is not working.
Okay.
Chat is not working.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Jazz Bhai is there. Okay, guys, you can just turn on your
Unmute
mic
your
if
mic
you want.
and
Yeah,
say whatever you want. If the chat is not working, there would be a technical error. Unmute it and tell. Okay. Can someone tell
Unordered
me
list.
what is nice, nice, nice unordered list? Can someone tell me what is a tag? What's the full form of a tag?
Anchor tag.
Anchor tag.
Anchor tag. Nice, nice, nice. Arka, Sanchita, nice. You all are paying attention. Huh?
Anchor tag.
Now we'll go with. Can you
yeah.
tell me?
If you,
Now this it's enough. The
yeah,
things are
if you
enough.
have any doubts till now, guys, you can ask right now too.
Uh, you can unmute it and ask her. Anyone? Any doubt till now?
Yeah, Ayush, I
Whatever
guess
we did.
everything's clear.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
What is the use of div tag?
See,
Div.
div tag, it creates a group. Like in WhatsApp, you create a group of people, have it a WhatsApp group. So you can share one thing and they all get the information. Div also
Yeah,
creates a.
you will get it better when you will go, we will get to the CSS part.
Prasad sir Prasad Bhaiya would doing the CSS part. He'll tell you more about it, how these div and all that work. More
Yeah.
about it. Okay. Now let's move to the next part. Now as I told you, the
Sir, I
form
have.
tag. Tell.
Sir, can you repeat the process of inserting the photo?
What
It's the
did you
open
ask?
code
Inserting
logo.
the
Can you repeat that process once?
inserting the logo.
Yes, yes. Inserting
Huh.
that open code logo with that
Okay. From the
Instagram link in it.
link.
Yes, sir. That
Okay.
part.
See, you first need wherever you're storing your image. Okay, you just I have stored it in a file called as HTML and CSS session folder, and in that
Yeah,
I
it
have
is
stored it.
basically in the same file where the HTML code is. Okay.
Hmm.
So we
Matlab in the
directly,
folder you need to download the file the image, and see for whatever, if you want that how I got the source code. See, you need to right click on the image, right click, and in VS Code it is copy relative path, or you can copy the path. I did copy relative path, and I just in you need to have that you need to keep these what path inside the
as it is like
put.
the open code logo here is like in parallel with the HTML code. So we directly wrote the name. So you suppose if it is in a image folder or something, we could have like image slash and we could have written the file name. Yeah, understood.
Okay,
Who
sir.
asked
Fine.
question? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, freshers, before asking questions, it would be great if you can just give your name as an intro or something. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone
Let's
has any more doubt? Yeah, I
Yes, I
guess
have a
you
doubt.
will.
My name is Arsadu,
Okay.
and I have the doubt that in the target you have written underscore target. So what we have to write in that? I think this is only for the this is specimen.
sorry. It's not target.
Yeah,
It
that
was
is
my
blank.
mistake. It's blank. Blank means target I wrote it twice. Blank means it creates if you need to go to a different tab, it creates a different it opens a new tab in which the source will be placed. Okay. And the self I told you already, it would open in the same tab only where this registration form is there. So sorry for that. It's blank, not target. Thank you, whoever
Okay.
it was, for pointing out the mistake.
Yeah, it will
Now
basically
we'll
open
go.
the link in the new tab.
Hmm. Now we'll be go to the form. See this form tag, it is, you can say, have it like a, it is a convention while having a form, like taking inputs from the user or some creating a form like structure. We use form tag. It also like it creates a different section inside what you say, inside the web page for this form. And in now in this form we'll be having what happened, div it's like div part. And in each div we'll having the name and the input type you have. This entire thing, this part name and the input field, will be containing it in a different div folder, so we can have it a block wise. For writing the name, we'll be using a tag known as label tag. And in this label tag, there is an attribute called for. I'll be telling you what this for helps to you to. And in that, we'll having it, naming it as name. You can name it whatever you want, but now we are naming it name, and name here also. And after that label tag, you want to have input from the user. And this is also a open tag only. There is no closing tag in input tag. And we'll have an attribute known as type. And in this type, there are different types of input tag like text or date, password, text area. There are several. You can look into the docs file. See here, MD and docs is there. You can get to know from, there are different attributes, introduction to HTML, and then moving ahead, you can have it like input types. In input types, there are different types like type button, type checkbox, type color, date, email, file, and a list of input types are there. You can have a look. There is no need to remember everything there. When you'll be doing different projects, you'll get to know most of them, but there is no need to remember from the very first day. Some of you might think that you need to remember all this. There is no need. So now we'll go typing the text. It's a type. We'll be taking input text from the user. So it is a text one. And then we'll have name attribute. Name attribute, it helps you to make a connection between the input and the label. So you can have multiple labels and multiple inputs, and then if you got confused at which label is for which input, so you, the name, in the name attribute, whatever name you put, the same thing should be placed in the for attribute of the label. See here, it's the name one, and for in the for of the label, you need to put the same name. Like if I wrote for here, and then the same thing for here, I need to write it. If I'm writing name here, the same thing name I need to write here. And the thing you got that when I was submitting that form without writing anything in this input tab, there was I'll show you. There was something called please fill out this field. What this was, we used a attribute called as required. It from the name it suggests it makes the user mandatorily submit something, the name or some anything else in that field. Without taking input from the user, it will not submit the form. So it prevents from various giving out junk files to the backend. So we'll be doing it later. We created this block. Okay. And now we'll move to the second block. That was, I think, of roll number. And this in roll number will be doing the same, like having a label. And then in this label, we'll be having roll number for as roll number. In this number, roll number. Okay. And then have input. And this input, it's the same type, the text type, because roll number is also something like 122 CS or EI, MN, anything you are. And then text, and then in the name attribute, we'll be writing roll number. As I told you, it requires the same, whatever you write for the for in the label, it should be same for name in the input tag. Then we'll be writing required. Again, this div is completed. This block is completed. We'll be moving to the different div, a block. And then it was, I think, date of birth or label. Now for you write it as DOB and date of birth. And then after that, have input tab, put tag, and then in that you write type, and in that you write date. This is a different type. Date I showed you in the MDN docs. You can see here the date type. You click on it, you'll get to know how you use these date and all that. You'll have a demo how this is used and what different attributes also you can give it. How I use this is the JavaScript. We'll have a different session on it afterwards. And these are different things you can use different attributes to it. Uh, so this MDN docs is a very useful thing when you are going in a long run for any web development or anything else. You do not require to learn everything when there is this MDN doc. Then you have name, and in this name we have DOB once again. And in this also required. Okay. Then we completed this div. Then
Yeah,
now
hello.
we go for the
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, it would be like better if you can show in the live server what we have been up to, right?
Okay, okay. I'll show in the live server. I need to save it first. See. See whatever we created, this image anchor tag, like we'll move to the different one, and then open club registration. In this we used h1 tag. Then this need help we used h3 tag. Then in this we used unordered list, these blocks you have. And in this we used list 1, list 2, and this is the name tag. And then we have again this input tag. And for this for one more tag I showed you in the presentation. If you want your name to be in a name in the first line and the input of that in the next line, then you can have it like a tag called as BR, which stands for break line. And you'll be seeing the look. See, the name was in the first line, and then we break the line, and then the input is in the next line. So this is how you can do it. And I'll just remove it for just now. Then moving to that radio buttons, you also these radio buttons, male, female, and all that. For this, you required like first label you need, and then in label you have that for writing that gender and all that. Then gender, these are not important. Then you have input type, and this in input type you write radio, and after that name you have that gender. Then there is another there is an attribute which is used in radio, that is the value attribute. In this value, whatever you write, that will be displayed in this one. Like male, this the value would write male, and then for the second radio will write the value as female, and the third attribute others. For this we'll be writing male, and then it is required, and then have it another for matching this the above radio button, have a label or name as gender, or you can name it as male also. Male only, not also, male only, so that it matches with this one, the radio of this male and all. Then for another here we can write is that male here also. This one I think it required. Okay. Then again a input tag. Then for type, see, I'll copy paste it. Copy this entire thing and paste it here. And then in this we'll write female, and then label it's for as this is female, input tag others, and then this label, and this label for I can write as others. It's done for no. Let's see how it looks in the live server. See, you get to have like male, female, and other. The radio button, it's basically like you'll be allowed only to select one of the many options you give. You can have either be male, female, or in other section you can have it other. Then after this we completed this div. Now we'll be moving to one more input type, that is submit. And this submit, and this value of this submit would be submit. And I think this we should place it in the. Again, we'll create a div. Paste it here. Okay. See, we created, when I click on this submit button, this said required Ayush. Whatever you need, and then type date of birth 6 made the submit. See, when you fill out these all these details, then you can have that when you submit it, the page, what it does, it automatically refresh this entire page. But when you will get to know about JavaScript, then you can get these information and to your JavaScript file, and then do whatever manipulation you want to do with that values you get from these boxes, inboxes and all. So we completed the HTML part of this. Now, see, it's not very looky when you compare it to this. It's not very looky. So now I would tell Prasad to give some back skin or color to this entire web page now. Thank you, everyone. Prasad, now you can go on. Unmute, Prasad.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, am I audible and visible, right? Ayush?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yeah, yeah. No? Okay, guys. Yeah, hello everyone. I am Prasad Patra, sophomore from Metallurgy branch, member of Open Code, obviously. And yeah, how many of you are still getting along? Raise your hand or something. Give me a like heart emoji or something. Fast. Yeah, fast guys. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Okay, okay. If you guys have, okay, let me share my screen first. Meanwhile, if you guys have any doubt, yeah, just go ahead, ask right now of HTML. Anyone?
Prasad, hello.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little louder?
Okay, okay, okay. Hello, hello. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
is it audible?
Yes, you are audible, Prasad.
Okay. My screen is visible, no?
Yeah, yeah. Screen is visible.
Okay, fine, fine. Yeah, anyone has any doubt? Or shall we go ahead?
Regarding HTML, anyone?
Okay.
Anything regarding HTML? No. I think they all understood everything, Prasad.
Yeah, आयुष भैया ने पढ़ा है
Nice.
इतना अच्छा.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, okay. Okay. So let's go ahead with CSS, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, is the screen visible, Ayush? Can you confirm? Just for a sec.
Yes, it's visible, Prasad.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay. So going ahead with the CSS, yeah. So basically, as we saw, the site is okay, escape. अरे, खत्म. Just wait for a sec. Let me show you how much we have done right now. Now, as Ayush showed, we were making this, right? This is the final product we wanted to make. But now our after the HTML, our form is looking something like this, and this is apparently not so appealing to eyes, or like no one would like to it is like no one will like this page compared to this, right? We have some background, the like the text are well formatted, the heading is underlined, and yeah, everything is more beautiful in this rather than this is like kind of boring 90s stuff. Yeah, if anyone enjoys 90s songs, then yeah, they might like this. But even though I enjoy 90s song very much, I don't like this much. Okay, so going ahead with CSS, as you saw, as Ayush Bhaiya said, HTML may be the skeletal of the website, skeletal of a web page, but we as human don't need just skeletal, right? We need muscles, we need tissues, we need skin, and sometimes many girls need makeup too. Yeah, the CSS is kind of a makeup for web pages. Okay, so going ahead, yeah, just for the formalities, we know CSS stands for cascading style sheet. it is basically we have some rules, properties, and we design web pages. We make them beautiful. We make the HTML alive. Okay. Yeah. So we have many rules, many properties, many models like box model, flex box, grid. You will learn we will learn along with it. Okay. So we have also many properties to design. We have font, we can style text. Okay. We can like, yeah, we can use many properties, and basically we can give color, we can give background. Yeah. Without like, I would just say like without wasting further of time, we should go ahead to our code. Yeah. That I guess would be more interesting. Okay. Okay. So going to the code. Yeah, I just have, yeah, going to the code. Okay, now we have this boring form. Okay, how can we make that interesting? Yeah, so this is the code Ayush Bhaiya made. Yeah, basically same guys. Okay, so to add CSS, there are three types of thing we can do. Is my camera visible? I guess I turned off the
What, Prasad?
camera. No, I thought my my camera was off. Nothing. Okay, so we need to add CSS, right? So for that, we have three options. We can go with internal CSS. We can use external CSS. That would be like we have to make a new file for the CSS, or we have inline CSS. Yeah, inline CSS is something. Yeah, inline CSS is something that we can just edit our changes in the tag we wrote. Yeah, we can just edit it here also, like adding a tag, and we can also make a new file for CSS. That would be like for example, we name it style.css. That's the basic convention we use basically in web dev. Okay, and we can just link that file here. Yeah, we can just link this file. And yeah, basically this link tag shows that the file we are linking is a style sheet, that is a CSS file. And this is the href that I was by sold. It is the relative link from the HTML we have. And we can also use the, like, we can also make a style tag, and we can put our CSS here also. Okay. Everyone's following? Yeah, everyone's following, right? Give me a heart reaction or
Yes,
like
sir.
reaction. Yeah.
Yes, bro.
Okay. Everyone got CSS? No? What is CSS? कौन कौन CSS का full form बताएगा? Anyone? Full form of CSS.
Cascading styles.
Nice, nice, nice.
Okay.
Cascading style sheet.
Okay then. तो अभी let's go. Let's make our site beautiful. Okay. Okay. Just wait a second. Okay, I should like take out that reference to, right? For yeah. So uh, we basically need to make this out of this we have. Okay. So what we can see, let me close this. Yeah, what we can see that the whole form is wrapped in a box, right? We can see it is wrapped in a container. So what we can do, as Ayush Bhaiya said, we can just wrap it in a container, right? And how do you do that? We can just wrap it in a div. Yeah. And yeah, now we can just wrap it in a div. Yeah. We just wrapped it in a div. Okay. Okay. Now as I said, we can write internal CSS, external CSS. Inline CSS, we can get that, yeah, we will write the styling in the tag only. So we don't need any IDs or class or something. But when we write internal CSS or CSS in a different file, we must need a ID or classes, something to recognize which class we are which tag or which element we are targeting to. Okay. Um for now, what do we need? We want to wrap this in a container, right? So we have things called as selector. We have the basic convention. What we use is class and IDs selector. So class is basically if you class is a selector, basically if you want to select many number of tags, like suppose I want to select this div also, I want to select this div also, then I would use class. ID is unique, no. If you have a, like, I am a student at NITR, I can join in any class I want to, even I can join in third year or first year classes also, but my roll number is unique, right? You can't take away my roll number from me. So ID is unique, and classes, everyone can get the properties of classes. Okay. So as we are just targeting to this div, so I can just give it a ID. Okay, ID, and I can just give it a name that is container. Okay. Now, when I write hash container here, okay. Uh, hmm. Now when I write hash container here, and after that following with curly braces, it will just this has says our code that the selector we are going to use is ID. Hash shows that the selector we are using is ID. Dot shows that the selector we are using is a class. Okay. And if we directly want to target the tags, like I want to target this li tag, so this ul tag, I can just go ahead and write it then and right now. We don't need any specifiers for it. Okay. So now as we are targeting to this container, uh, it is a box, right? We basically see it is a box, and it is not covering all the area we have in the web page. Okay. So we can just like give it a width. Okay. We can just give it a width property and say, dear container, you just need to occupy 75% of the space. Okay, not more than that. And we can just add a semicolon. Okay, but this is a live server, right? But it is not getting changed. Why? Anyone can say? Can anyone say why didn't change? I just told the container to occupy only 75% of the spaces, but it is all white till now. Anyone? Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
the file has not been saved.
Default.
Yeah, Arko.
One by
Yeah,
one.
you want why it is white, guys? Why it is all white? No. Okay. Okay, so let me say, देखो, like by default, the color of the div is white, correct? And color of the body is also white. So it is just getting blend. If I just change the color of the body right now, if I select the body tag and give our body a background color of orange, say, now it's changed, right? And the div got changed. Div also got changed because the div is also in the body, right? In the body tag. So currently div also changed. But now if I give div white color, then we have our div. Not much aligned. We'll go ahead with that. But we now have successfully wrapped up the form in a box. Okay. So what's the first thing we will want to? It is not in the center, right? It is in the side. So for to make a div center, a popular meme, if you might follow, to make this div center, what I will do is give a margin property, and we don't want any margin here, but we want this to go in the center of the page. So what I did is I said CSS give it a margin 0. That is that I don't need any particular spacing around the div, but set it that way that it is same, the spacing is same around the div. Okay, you can see that in left also the spacing is similar, and in the right also the spacing is similar, and that's what I meant when I said give it a margin 0 auto. Okay. Okay, now as we can see, the it got wrapped up in a box, but everything is inside the div also, everything is like just touching the borderline, and we don't need that, right? We can see here we have some spaces, but here we don't have any. So to make the spaces inside of a div, inside of the selector you have selected, we use padding. Okay, am I audible, Ayush, or am I slow?
No, no, you are audible, Prasad.
Audible, no? Yeah. Yeah, for my case. Okay, so do that to give a spacing inside the div. We use a property called padding. Okay, and here we can set like padding to 20 pixels. I guess 20 pixels will be fine. Yeah, 20 pixels is very much fine. We now have spaces around the form we made. And if you go to inspect element, and if you want to see, select this div, you can see that when I select this div, you can see this green color area, that is the padding, and orange, it is not, it might not be visible too much, but orange thing is margin. Can anyone say which model are we using right now? I said CSS have three kind of models. I showed you. Which model is this? This one, margin, border, padding, if someone's remember. Anyone? Okay, this is
Anyone?
basically the, yeah, this is basically the box model. Margin we have outside of the div, outside of the selector we have used. Border is around the like outside of the div only, but it is specifically the border, right? What we can say, like if you have photo frames, we have border in there. No, the frame is the border, so that is the work of the border. Padding is some spaces we, if you want to add inside the div, and then we have the content of it. Okay, so going ahead, we are already late. I guess it is 8, so I won't take much of your time right now. Okay, and what else? What else we need to change in the div? Yeah, here you can see that, guys. If you are like nerd like me, you can see like the box doesn't have sharp edges. It has a like slightly curvy border. So to make it more beautiful, we can just add a border, what we call as border radius. Border radius, I guess we can just give it a 5 pixel border radius. Yeah, looks great and fine. Yeah, what else do we need to change? I guess it's done for the container. Then we move ahead to the image. Image is fine, I guess. Image is isn't there as it is required. And then we go to the H2 tag. H2 tag in here, our final product page has a underline, but here we don't have an underline. So let's give it an underline. Okay. So now I'm just gonna select the H2 tag. This one is the H2 tag. And let me just give it a text decoration underline. Okay. Now we have a underline in the in the heading. Okay, that is open code club induction form. Now we okay. One thing, if you haven't noticed, we have different form of font out there, guys. Okay, here it is the default. I guess what is the default? I don't know, but here we have the default font. But in our UI page, we are using a different font. So yeah, we can just apply the font in the body tag only. As I said, if we apply in the body, it will just like get over to all its children tags. Um, all the tag inside the body will just get affected. Whatever we do changes in the body. Okay. So here what we have used is a font family. Okay, is a for yeah. Here what we have used is a font family of Arial and I guess sans serif. Arial, Arial, Helvetica, and sans serif. What does a font family mean? Font here we understand that font it will like change the design of the text we have in the form. But what is a font family? Family basically means if the Arial font is not available in the system, it will just go to the Helvetica. It will find Helvetica is available or in the system or not. If it Helvetica is also not available, it will just take sans serif as the font. That's why we just need to get our code run, right? So we get it three different options of font to uh, select from. Okay. Now, if we go to the need help button is basically same as we need, and support uh, column is yeah same basically. Support is same as we need technical assistant, and then we go to our form. Okay, in the form we have we can see we have the label here. Okay, label here is same as in here, but here we have the input tag in the same column as in the label, but we don't need this. We need that in a different tag. So what we do, what will we do? We just select the label. Yeah. Uh, to select the label, as I said, let's give it a, class or something to all the labels so that I can select it through a class. Okay. And why am I not using the class? I will just tell you after this why I'm not using ID and why am I using class. Okay. Just let give it a tag called label only. We can just give it a tag called label. Give it a class called label. Okay, my bad. And just make its display to block. Okay, so that it will capture the block around it and not just the what do we mean by display block? It means that it will just cover the whole line it has and not just the particular spacing it occupies. It occupies the whole line, and the next thing will start with new line. That is the role of the label. Yeah, as I can see, we even don't need the class. We just can do it with the label tag only. We can directly select the label tag, and all of the label tags will get selected. But let's suppose we use the label selector. Now I can see that yeah, we are done with the name label, but the roll number label is not changed. The date of birth, any other label is not changed. Just the name got affected. So for that, what we can do is we can just add this class to all the tags we need. I need it in the roll number also. I just need it in the okay, not here. I just need it, and basically, moreover, all the label, I guess. Not in the mail, I guess. Yeah, we can add it here too. Now see, everything, every label that is supposed to signify the input, they got a block display. That is that they are not occupying that is that they are occupying the whole line they are in. Okay, the name got affected, roll number got affected, and phone number. Now a question: why in starting I didn't use a ID and I just used a class? Uh, Can anyone say why I used a class and not a ID to select the label? Yeah, anyone? Just speak up. You can turn on your mic. I'm audible, right? Okay. Okay, let me answer that only. So as we saw that here we are targeting different elements of the HTML. We are not just targeting a single div or single tag. We are targeting multiple elements. So I made a class and given that class to all of the elements I need to target. Okay, that is the thing. We made the label as display block. What else do we need? Yeah, what else do we need? If I see our UI, we have some spacing here, right, guys? We have some spacing below the label tag, and then the input tag starts. So, but here we don't have any spacing. So let's give it a gentle spacing, I guess, if we can. So give it a margin bottom of uh, give it a margin bottom of 5 px. Okay. Yeah, it is nicely spaced out, right? Okay. Now, if we go
Prasad
ahead,
Bhaiya, sorry to interrupt.
yeah,
Just need to move it a bit fast.
yeah,
Just a bit.
fine. Yeah, people need to eat dinner, right?
Yes, yes. They all are
Uh-huh.
saying that they need to eat.
Okay, okay. भैया भूखा नहीं छोड़ेंगे, टेंशन मत लो. Okay, what else do we need to change? Okay. We have everything sorted out here.
Sir, on the
Only
space of name and roll number is a bit small.
yeah. Speak up, Arka.
Sir,
Yeah,
the writing space of the name and roll number is a bit small.
it's
In the
small, right?
original
The
form, it was a
input
bit
tag.
larger.
Okay,
Yes.
so what we can change? We can just select the input tags and we can give it a width, right?
Okay, sir.
Right? No. So, uh, we can just select, give a class to the input tag, and we can just set its width to some, we can say, expand its width, and it will get sorted. So, for that, let me give classes to all the input tags we have here. Okay. So here class equal to, suppose I give this a class of input. Simple only. So we just copy paste. Okay, in the radio buttons, I don't think we need to specify anything. It is sorted already, I guess. If we need to change it, we'll see later. Now I've added classes to all the inputs we have. And as Arka said, what we need to change is first we select the class input. How I do that? I just set the CSS dot input, and it will know that the dot signifies the class and input signifies the class name. Okay. Now we need to give it a width of, I suppose 90% will work. Did I do wrong? Okay. Here we don't have to use equal to. We use a column and we give it a 90%. Now when we see, it has got expanded, right? Date of, okay. We haven't changed the date of birth to block, I guess. So it is showing like this. And where's the date of birth label? Yeah. We add a class here. Sorted. It's now more better and beautiful. What?
Yes, sir.
Right, Arka? Yeah. Not much similar to one we have uh, in our UI right now. So what we need to change? Guys, can you see the border here are thin and here we have some ugly borders out there? Okay, you can see, right? Yeah. So we now need to change the border. What I will do is give it a border of 1 pixel would be enough, I guess. Give it a border of 1 pixel. I have to say it's a solid or it has a color or something. I just have to define what texture border I want, and now it must work. Yeah, the border got thinner, and now we can just assign it a color. The color I have here is slightly grayish, I guess. So we can just grow gray. Now it has thin borders, and it has some thin borders, and it is better than before, right? Yeah, we didn't get the exact color for that. Yeah, what is the color? I can just check out the hash code. The hash code is basically given to all the colors. Every color has different hash codes, and where you can get the hash codes, you can just get it from. You can just select the color by clicking here and you can just select the color in here, or you can get your desired hash code from the internet. Did I save it? Yeah. Now the borders are beautiful, but what else we need to change here, guys? You can see that the spacing between inside the input is much more than here we have in our form. So what we do to give spacing inside of a tag? What do we use? We use padding, right? So here I can just give it a padding of 20 pixel is more, I guess. I can just give it a padding of 10 px. I guess that will work. Yeah, padding 10 px is similar. Yeah. Or again, we have SAR pages here. So I will just give it a border radius. Border radius of 3 pixel will work, I guess. 3 pixel works. Now it looks pretty much cleaner and similar. Yes, Arka? Arka, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's more or less similar now.
Now, yeah. What difference now we have?
Yeah.
We have some margin in here. Can you see that, guys? We have some margin in here from the input tag that creates a space to the next label. So we're just gonna add a margin bottom of, I guess, how much we have? Yeah, we can just add a margin bottom of 5 pixels. That works. We have more in it. Give it a 10. Yeah, that is pretty much sorted, I guess. What else we need to change now, guys? Okay, here we
The
can see
background of
that.
submit is blue color, right?
Okay. We need to change the submit button. Okay, rightly said. So what we can do to select the submit button? Submit is unique, right? We have only a single submit button, so we can just give it a ID of submit. Okay, and now when we need to select, I can just give it a hash submit and give its property. What I need to change is the background color of the submit, right? The color we change the color will change the submit button's text color, but we are targeting here is the background color of the text. So we need to select blue, or we can just use a hash code I have in here, and that is 007 BFF. Don't get confused, guys. The hash codes are directly from the internet. I picked up before the class. You can just use the dial and select the color here also. See, now the submit button has changed, but we can see it has a ugly border in here. So we just need to change the border now. I can just, yeah, I can just set the border to, wait a minute, I'm getting textiles. Okay. We don't have borders in our UI, so we don't need it here also. So I just select a border none. Now we don't have a border, but we need a spacing inside of the submit button. So what we do for that, we will add a padding. Padding of how much? Padding of 10 pixels works, I guess. Yeah, 10 pixels.
Prashad, just make it fast, okay? Like we are exceeding like 25 minutes. Just make it fast, okay?
Yeah. I'll just get it over. Okay. And also the submit text is white here, so we need to change that here too. So what we do for that, we give it a color white. Yeah, yes, the submit button is pretty much similar. Or what else do we need to change this? Yeah, I think it is pretty much similar. We can add a border radius if you want to. Border radius of 3 pixels will work. Yeah. Any one of you want to make? It is pretty much similar, right? One thing you might get confused with that here, you can see that in left and right we have a very larger padding, but in top the padding is and top and bottom we have a comparatively lesser padding. So we can just to do that, we can just add one more uh, one more what do you say, dimension to our padding property, and it will get pretty much similar. Basically the first dimension we add gets applied to top and bottom. The second dimension we add gets to the left and right. Okay, I think with that we are pretty much done. What else we need to change? Yeah, it is pretty much similar. If I can just change.
Yes, Prashad Bhaiya, I think almost did it.
Yeah, we can just give the orange color the hash code I have in here to make it pretty appealing. FF8400. Yes, guys. Now we are more or less done. I think the fonts are not
Yes.
loaded properly. Yeah. So we are done, guys. Any doubts?
Now,
We already are running out of time. So just
so
I will take one or two doubt if you have, or we can just go ahead.
before that, I would request everyone to you stop sharing the screen, and I would request everyone to please switch on your cameras, your front cameras, so we have a group selfie all together. Request all the juniors
Yeah.
and
Let's
whoever
turn on.
is attending the meeting, please turn on your cameras have a nice group selfie together.
Yeah, Ayush bhai, you can turn on your camera.
My camera is turned on, I think.
No, no,
No,
no. You are not visible. Yeah.
I'm not visible. Wait,
You are
I
not
think there is
visible.
a network problem in GDB hall. So I have turned on my camera, but what I can say.
Yeah.
So I'll take it from my side. Please, everyone, turn on your camera.
Yeah,
There
Ayush.
are many other names. Shrikanta.
सब
Then
कैमरा ऑन कर लो यार, इधर टीचर्स
please,
नहीं है
please, everyone, ASAP, please turn on your cameras. Yes, I think I took. Please, Prasad, you take a screenshot from your side too also.
Yeah, fine.
Hello, everyone.
Say a cheese, guys.
Cheese. Smile.
Yeah, okay. Now we
Done.
can
Okay.
yeah, I think
So at last, I would just add on like we'll be giving you a task today itself. We'll be
yeah,
posting it,
before
and
Ayush you go ahead.
w-
Yeah, hello Ayush.
yes, yes.
Yeah, before you go ahead, let me just take some questions if they have. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, guys, do you have any question in the CSS? And the code which we made, we will be providing the link of that in our groups. I guess you should join the Open Code Community WhatsApp group for that, and we will give the links of the code there then and there only. Okay. Do you guys have any doubt? No, it's all right, right? You can turn off your camera. Yeah, Arka, are you speaking
Ah,
something?
so
Respond.
continuing.
Yes. Okay, Ayush, go ahead. If you guys have any doubt, you can just send that in our Open Code community group
Stay.
also. We'll be there. Yeah, fine.
Okay. So at last, I would say that we'll be giving you a task, and after completion of the task, there will be a task. There will be 4 sessions. First of all, you all saw in that poster, and after completing, and there is criteria like out of the 4 session, you need to complete compulsory or to become a part of our open code community. And at last, there will be a Git and GitHub session. That is also a compulsory to complete. Means out of 4, there is one task, and at last the Git and GitHub one. And in that Git, you need to complete those tasks, and through those 2 tasks, you'll be evaluated and be pointed, which will come to our open code community.
Yeah.
And you are an open code community, but you'll become an open
Yeah,
code
if you
member, club
like,
member. So
when you join our community WhatsApp group, you are a part of Open Code community. If you want to join the core members team, or if you want to be the member of Open Code, just like Ayush and myself, then you have to go through a process. For that, to join the Open Code community, it is very much needed that you complete any one of the tasks given during the 4 session we will take in this weekend, and you also have to mandatorily complete the Git and GitHub task we will give, and that is like very much needed for you to join the Open Code community. So yeah, Ayush, you can give the task in this.
I'll post. I'll verbally say it. It will be like you'll be making a portfolio of yourself. Like Prasad would make his Patra portfolio. The entire whatever we taught you in the session, and you have to take some steps from your side as you are college students now. You need to take steps, and you need to learn a bit more. Whatever you use, how interactive you'll be making your site will be pointing, giving you points according to it, and thus your website. So you could go to a YouTube, or you can get to see
Yeah,
the MDN
basically,
docs, W3,
yeah,
and
basically you guys, you can use the resources so we suggested, like the MDN docs, and we will also be like providing